Have you ever noticed the older we get, the heavier life gets? Like the more we understand, the carefree we become? So today I want us to talk about maturity leads to depression. Well, I would have said adulting leads to depression, but there are adults who are immature, if I should say it. But I'm going to say maturity leads to depression. Some people define maturity as emotional intelligence, self awareness or responsibilities, and the ability to think long term. But maturity, I think, it means seeing the world in a more realistic way, noticing the flaws, the broken systems, the fragility. And I want to talk about it because I think me and other people were entering that stage of adulthood or maturity, if I should say, but in your mind should be adulting. And I feel like it's depressing because we have lots of things that happen. It's not like when we were young and we told ourselves, when I grow up, I want to be this. When I grow up, I want to do this. And back then we thought it would just come in handy, like we don't have to do anything. They would just come, like the planes would just come, or we would just have to build the buildings, or we would just have to have the jobs of being soldiers, doctors. But when you reach this stage, you understand that life is not that. And it kind of depresses you. It's overwhelming when you understand that the flaws in the world, the system that breaks you, and everything in between. So let's dive into maturity leads to depression. Maturity, I think it leads to loss of innocence. You know, as adults, they handle the problems. But when we were children, the problems were handled for us. You're sick, you're always rushed to the hospital. You need sweets, they always buy for you. On your birthday, they give you anything you want. Most of the parents, they do get some things for their kids. The problem wasn't ours to solve. But then you reach this stage, you're not a child anymore. You have to toil for yourself. When you're sick, sometimes you even have to look for that money yourself. No calling home. You just have to find that money and treat yourself. Otherwise, you're going to die. So the problem is that it's ours. We own it and we have to solve it. It's not like in our childhood days that whether you're sick, they just had to rush you to the hospital. Just a small cough, a small flu, they have to rush you to the hospital. But now you even heal yourself like a dog, like you heal your own self without even medication. You have flu, you're not minding anyway, it's just strong. So the loss of innocence, it's understanding that you're not going to be that child anymore, that no one is coming to save you, you have to save yourself. That's depressing because when you look at life right now, it's a different view for you. It's a new window that has opened up and you have to see through it very well. You don't have to close it because if you close it, that means you're either going to kill yourself or skip that stage. This is a stage that we all walks in. Like not everyone is the same. Some people have it all figured out, but others don't. The depressing part, the overwhelming part is that you have to solve the problem yourself. Every problem that comes by you is supposed to be solved by you. As we mature, the filter disappears. Everything disappears. You see the world for what it is. You see the world for the hardship that it is. Like you don't even understand why it's like this because back then you looked at it different. I remember when I was going to, I think P3, primary three, my cousin brother was studying at that school that I was going. And he told me that when you reach the school, everywhere is tarmac. like the road, everything. Like they eat meat every time. Every Sunday they only eat meat. Reaching there, we were eating beans that, those types of beans that they scoop from the saucepan and they put it on your plate. You hear the sound falling inside your plate. So it was, but I never understood that it was lying, or maybe it wasn't lying. I don't know. We looked at it different. So it actually made me to go to that school because I thought, yeah, it's easy. Those things happen. I went and I had to look at it by myself, and then I understood that it's not real. So, in growing mature, the filter disappears. You understand that if someone just tells you that you can just enter into a job and just do it, you don't need applications. They don't need to. They don't need to read through your application letters. You just go and start working. Of course, you're going to understand that it's a lie, and that's the filter that has been removed. You understand that this is real. I have to work for this. I have to make a standard for myself, something that will make me stand. So that's the overwhelming part. It's not easy. Maturity comes with increased responsibilities. There are bills to be paid. You expect to be in some career that you're actually not even seeing it coming soon. And the pressure to succeed leads to burnout and hopelessness when things don't work out, because you understand that perhaps you are the eldest in the family. And as the eldest in the family, we are always taught to be the strongest. And people should always look to us. The other kids should always look to us. So we are always raised to take over from where they stopped. And they forget that we ourselves also, we need we need help. And for that, we want to save everyone as it is, but we understand that you can't save everyone. Hopelessness comes in when you can't find it, what you're looking for, the treasure, the dream job, the dream house, the dream cars, the dream boyfriend, the dream husband, or the dream wife, whatever it is. You find out that everyone close to you is actually having something, but you can't have it. But you forget that your story is not theirs. Theirs might have been shorter than yours, but yours, in a long time, you are growing flowers, you're planting seeds in the ground, and it's growing, and there will be time for harvesting. So sometimes we just have to know how to handle things so that it doesn't get to us. Maturity also, the depression part of it is emotional load. I mean, you're the mature people, you're the mature person. People always come to you with their problems. They come to you with their cries, they come to you with their pain, and you quietly listen because you carry them so good and well, and they just know you understand. But you are overthinking every night in bed, lying, thinking about what they've said. What can you do to do this? We all people who are mature always wants to help, but there is also the immature part that you don't know that helping them or trying so hard to help them, even if you can't help them, is going to just wreck you slowly. Like I said, you cannot save everyone. You can't. Like you are the emotional anchors for others. You always allow them to bring in their sorrows, to bring in their pains. They bring in their depressions to you because they know you're going to help them out. You're going to talk some sense into them to help them understand that this is it or that is it. And in doing that, you carry it so silently and so well that, but you don't even show it, that because you can't chase them away that please go away, I don't want to talk about this. But people always come to you, and it's a good thing. But then you should learn how to not let it get to you. And then there is the disillusionment, the disappointment. Your youth fades. I mean, you were a young, beautiful girl fighting for life, not fighting, actually going for parties. You have a nice, what? You're studying, you're alive, you're healthy, then everything just disappears. The youth fades. which leads to skepticism. And there are broken dreams. Your broken dreams, they can crash or delay because things just don't work out the way we want always. There is always a story that has already been written, and you just have to unwrite it by yourself. You know, the older you get, the more you realize that not all things work out. Dreams get delayed, people betray you, and people leave. The system fails you, and that optimism that you once had, they start to fade. And that's maturity. That's maturity. But also the causes you get, you have to understand that there is your mental health that's needed. You have to understand that these things will come, but then you should not let it break you. You should not let it consume you. The mental connection is where you know that depression can creep in. It's not the maturity that is the problem. It's what happens when we face the truth without the tools to handle. We become emotionally exhausted or burnout and disconnected from joy. But there is a way you can cope up with this. There is a thing, maturity don't have to break you. You have to balance emotion with gratitude. You know, you should always notice the small joy. People always ignore that, they expect lots of things. Personally, I find peace in small details. I have this habit of um, having a morning walk or evening walk when I'm free. Maybe on weekends, I go and just sit alone, watch the sun. I know it's weird for some people, but it gives peace to someone or to some people. It gives peace, and that's the small joys that we need. You don't need heaven to fall down for you to be happy or to enjoy the peace. And you also have to set emotional boundaries. I mean, care for people without letting it break you. You know, people always will come to you with their problems, especially when they know that you can help them, maybe calm them down. But you can care for people without letting it break you. I mean, when someone comes to you with their problems and you know you can help, maybe talk to them, but then, you know, the problem with having pure heart is that you always want to save people. Yet you cannot even understand you cannot save everyone. Everyone needs saving, yeah? Even you yourself. But caring for other people should not break you. I mean, you should find joy in doing that. But then allowing it to be your burden, it's gonna just break yourself. Because at the end of the day, if you can't save them, it means you're carrying it on you. And also protect your inner child. I mean, we are adults, we are grown up, but there's always that child inside us we can never forget. It's like a memory that keeps on unfolding each and every day, each and every birthday. You remember that. I used to do this. You see that picture, and then I remember this was this. This day, I did this. There's always that inner child inside us that we keep ignoring. We want to act strong. We want to be the brave ones. We want to be the elders. But laughing, playing isn't just something that's a joke. It gives peace to someone. It helps someone from being depressed. It gives joy. It might look crazy. They might call you childish, but that's you finding peace for yourself. I mean, this world is already heavy enough. What else could be heavier than that? And then connect with people who get it. You know, we have a society that has framed our life, and we have people who are of peer pressure, and then we have people who help us like get higher into something else, and that's where you should be. Yeah, we live lives that are written by the society. You should be a girl and be a woman and be a wife, be a mother, which is not a bad thing, but the society is always watching. You do something small like this, you go back home when people are supposed to be studying, they think you're pregnant. You go back home and you're supposed to be working, they think they'll fired you. So people always have their stories. What is yours? And your story doesn't mean everyone is supposed to know it. You can have your own story. You can have your own secure corner that you just keep yourself happy from all the depression and all the life, all the hardship, all the darkness. Even the sky is gray. Sometimes you just have to fight it and understand it. That's the way life is going for now, but it might just work out all at the end. And the last part of it is ask for help. Depression is a bad thing. It is. It breaks people down, it keeps people out from the light, it keeps people out from themselves, it keeps people out from living. I mean, there's this saying that um, many people are alive, but few are living. Yeah, few are living. Like, we are alive, we're breathing, but then we're not living. You're just there, seated in your room, crying. Maybe because of heartbreak, or maybe because they've hired you, or maybe because you're depressed from something. And it's just that. But you're not living. So just get out of that uncomfort zone or comfort zone that you have and do something. Ask for help. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Sometimes talking to someone or to people helps. And if this spoke to you, I hope you leave a comment. You drop a comment and tell me how maturity has changed your ways of seeing life. And please don't forget to subscribe. We have got more real talks coming soon. And thank you. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lanya Dustin Fiona. Other humans call me Ladofi. So thank you. Don't forget to pray.